All I had to do was before I hit this button, and I didn't, and I'm sorry. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. It is Sunday morning. I am here. I am in my underwear. If you do not believe me, let's take a look. It's cerulean blue. Can we get a shot of? Yes, we can. It's a nice blue. I think these are smaller than when I last put them on. Perhaps I have gotten larger, but nevertheless, they're comfortable. And I'm enjoying them. And I have a coffee here, but I'll be making more coffee, and I'll be trying other coffee that I got last night. And it's a story I'll tell you about in a minute. Uncle Mikey Gee said, congrats on becoming an uncle. Yes, I'm now Uncle RJ, officially, not just, colloquially. When I go to David's house, they call me Uncle RJ. And it's not official. This one's official. This is a real one. However, I don't have any responsibilities as an uncle. I'm not even the prime uncle. There's two other uncles on the other side. I'm like the third tier uncle. I don't got to do shit. I show up once every 4 months, maybe. Here's $20 and I'm on my way. They filled the uncle quota. I just hang around for kicks. I'm a backup guy. If you need to stick someone in the field, you call me. I guess this is a baseball team of uncles. And that's what's in my head. Please, if you have not already, do so. I mean, you could do it now if you want. I'm not going to hold it against you. It's my content versus my content, or you can watch it later. The latest episode of Hey EW with Nyla Rose and Vickie Guerrero. It's a mess. I don't know. It immediately is a mess because they're intense people in different ways. And I have a burning intensity, as you are all well aware. It's a journey, and we all went, wow, I was sweating at the end of it. Let me put it that way. So if you want to see me sweat in real time, I urge you, it's there. It's in the comments. It's the whole thing. Sire said, good morning, RJ. What natural resource makes Canadian wrestlers the best in the world? I personally rate Roddy Piper as the greatest ever. Well, I don't think that's true. I think the bubble is so tight, and it's so hard to get out of Canada that when you can get out of Canada, you're really, really, really good. Like they say the same thing about comedians. There's something in the water. All Canadian comedians are funny, but all those comedians are in the States now. So there's some level of, breaking through it all. You have to be good. I do believe to get out of that bubble, you have to be quite pugnacious and pugnacious, which often helps. So maybe that's what it is. Amanda, I think there's also that, like, hockey mentality of like hustle and good workmanship. And like, how do I explain this? Bret Hart would be a hockey player's favorite wrestler. Does that make sense? There's like good hard work down in the boards, the mastering of the basics. I think that's a good thing. Amanda said, good morning, Sir TJ Township. Oh, we're all having a joke. We all love that one. SM said, have I been kidnapped again? Only emotionally. Nail said, good morning. Hey, EW was epic as usual. Bravo. And happy new emote. Yes. So we're at a stage now where I have another emoji and I've added a baby face. And I think if you type in baby face, you'll find it. I also have 2 new badges for your loyalty. I think it's 36 months and 48 or some weird number, something bizarre like that. Sean said, hey, occulties, hi, RJ. Oh, I'm behind in the chat already. I've already fucking blown this. 2-year badge. Yeah, Sean has the 2-year badge. Aaron is using the emojis quite dutifully. Almighty Scorpion said, good morning, everyone. What's everyone drinking? I'm just drinking a normal-ass coffee right now. I'll get to the other coffee soon. Let me get through these comments first. Good morning, Good morning, all, said Al. Hope everyone had a nice week. Babyface emoji, we're getting this. Al said, RJ really does look like a hipster Gaston, which would have been the better spinoff. Just saying. I can't remember the name of the guy who did it now, but shit. Sire said, no one fights like Gaston. Douses lights like Gaston. In a wrestling match, nobody bites like Gaston. Thank you for doing that correctly. Having the right amount of syllables so I could sing it like that. I really appreciate it. Nails has been a member for 27 months. What a journey it's been. Happy cultiversary to me. Love being an ardent supporter. Will you sing Gaston's song? The hipster version. No one hangs out like Gaston. No one shouts like Gaston. No one drinks local fair trade coffee like Gaston because he likes to feel superior than everyone who doesn't read books. No one podcasts like Gaston. No one wears corduroys like Gaston. No one complains about the level of public noise like Gaston. He's slowly losing his grasp on reality. Nobody copes like Gaston. I think that's as hipster Gaston as we can get. I hope that works for you. Dear Lord. I don't remember the rest of the song either. Mia said, morning, beautiful people. Khaled said, well, RJ City, what's up, my friend? Good morning. Jessamine Duke has been a member for 27 months also. And she says, well, hi. And I say, well, hi to her. And tonight you can hear us. You can hear you. I mean, if you close your eyes, you can hear us, but you can also watch us play the final level of Serious Sam. I'm putting it up tonight. Serious Sam, Siberian Mayhem. We finally got through it, and it's an emotional journey, and there's a hook at the end. That's Sam. You think it's all guns, you think it's all brrrr, and then it gives you some character, it gives you a little motion, and it gets you. So if you want to see us have a moment tonight, I don't know, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I'll put it up. SM said, damn it, the ads made me miss the underwear. Well, it's in the profile picture. It's Cerulean. Well, now I got the coffee in the way and I have to back up. But here you go. You happy? Cerulean. We got it. Drydall said, maybe the underwear shrank in the dryer. Does that happen? Is that a real thing? Joe said, my mother loved the cameo you did for her yesterday. Thank you. Joe, if I'm not mistaken, Joe got me to do a cameo for his mother, saying my mother is not a fan of wrestling, but she's related. Both of you are related to Lawrence Welk, and you just like hearing people talk about Lawrence Welk. I'm correct. That was the cameo. Please, can you let me know how you're related? Because I'm very interested. Neil said, happy cultiversary to Jessamine. Zoel said, good morning from humidity-filled state of Kansas. Well, it's July. Everywhere has humidity. But Kansas sounds disgusting right now. Clarence said, hi, RJ. 2 Exist Underwear. I got a 5-pack of briefs. That's new. And I guess Clarence is in the marketing department for them. Sean said, I'm RJ McTropoluncle. I don't think it has the same ring. Austin said, good morning. Nail said, every episode is the best episode. So Sierra said, good morning. Leo said, would you rather wear Crocs or soiled underwear? If I soiled them, I think I can handle them a lot longer than if it's somebody else soiled them. Daya said, it's sad that you couldn't start your bangle collection because you got threatened. I'll spoil this and then you need to go watch it. Nyla recklessly throws a bangle at me and I catch it. And I want everybody to be impressed that I put it on my wrist, that I knew how to put a bangle on. Khaled said, Uncle RJ said, congratulations. My friend Big Ben Ortmans from Crossbody Pro and all those hip things said, good morning, Mr. City. Hope you're enjoying your coffee today. Preach about Canada. We truly get effed in the A, which is, I think you just came up with your new shirt. I'm going to F you in the A. And that works for me. That's catchy and that's fun. Nail said, I really believe Canada. Oh, now I've lost my place. I really believe Canada, and we'll just moving on. Really believe Canada produces the best wrestlers. At least 80% of my favorites are Canadian. But I don't think you realize, Nails, how many Canadian wrestlers there are. And then when you take the total, you'd be like, oh, there's a lot of them here that aren't my favorites. Maggie is here. Said, hey, what does RJ like to drink? Just curious. Well, right now I have a standard black coffee of my own. I like to drink my own coffee because I'm that self-absorbed. You can buy it at rootlesscoffee.com. It's called High Anxiety. You can also buy Danhausen's Coffee House in there. You can also buy Ricky Morton's Rock and Roll Espresso, which is not as good as I proved last week. I hope, does that answer your question, Maggie? Pam said, good morning. Hey, W was amazing. Nyla and Vickie are spitfires. I'll say they were raring to go. And there's a mess. Mass Hannity said, it's the Tim Hortons that makes Canadian special. Tim Hortons is hot brown water, and I hate it. Karina said, good morning from El Paso, Texas. Said, good morning to you. Leo said, the babyface video makes you look like the 2.0. What? That babyface video make you look like the 2.0 Jericho Appreciation Society guy. What? Rowdy said, good morning, all. I got a new, larger TV, and RJ is huge now. This is very Orwellian. Spot Center said, ever consider using that baby face filter for baby face promos? Do I have? No, that's just too literal. That's not. I'm an infant. Neil said, is there a Prince Stannis mug? Yes, it is. I believe Mia Yim has it in her shop. There's the gentleman there, and Keith, and Mia, and Jessamine, and there's a real picture of Stannis there. Handsome, hearty hunk of fella. Spot Center said, I saw Delirious last night. What was he saying? Are you talking about the Eddie Murphy stand-up special? Sire said, drink stouts like Gaston. John said, sup, RJ. Well, that's clever. Austin said, I now just realized that I've been a subscriber to your channel for a year now. Congratulations to you, Austin. What a journey it's been. Aaron said, when I was in the community theater version of Beauty and the Beast, I was Lady with the Babies and also Napkin. When I look at Aaron, I say there's a spill and I need to use you to clean it up. Or there's something in the corner of my mouth and I need to dab. And you are who I have to use. Nobody embodies Napkin quite like Aaron. Amanda said, did you ever get my postcard with the Adam Cole sticker? I believe, Amanda, that there will be an unboxing coming at some juncture. So do hang on. Positively E said, same blue as the New Japan ring mats. Cerulean. That's my tease that I'm going to New Japan, is that I have underwear that's the same color as their mats. Leo has a 60-second scene request. A guy at a school reunion who has lost loads of weight, showing how much weight he's lost, but nobody remembers who the hell he is anyway. Okay. So this is a 60-second scene request of a guy who showed up at a high school reunion, lost a lot of weight, wants to show it off, and nobody knows who he is anyway. So we begin. Good seeing you guys. Mikey? Yeah. Mikey Stenson. Yeah. I'm good. I've just been through a lot. Gained a lot. Lost a lot. Mikey Stenson. Yeah. Yeah, it's look out, here they come. It's hey boys. It's hey, don't push me down the stairs. Remember that one? It's hey, get out of my fucking face. I'll beat the shit out of you. Move it. Oh my God, my life is in shambles. It's Joey DeBreeze. It's Joseph. Big Joe DeBreeze. I was there. We were in the same. Okay, we were friends. Okay, well, what about the pact? What about the pact? The scar that we made on the inside of our legs. So symbolic. Well, no, look. Great. I was the only one who cut my leg. Well, I told you we shouldn't do it over the phone. Thanks a lot for nothing. I look great now, but you guys are not appreciating it because you didn't know what I looked like before. You think I'm an average looking guy when I am a fit man relative to the old Joey DeBreeze. You want to do the pact again? Let's cut legs. I'll cut your legs. And scene. That took a turn about friendship and Joey DeBreeze, a good character. SM said, thank you for modeling the underwear again. Khaled said, I am from Austin, Texas, and yesterday I watched Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Next, I watched Goblet of Fire. Well, good luck with that. Spot Center said, Conan O'Brien mentioned the great Norman Fell on a recent podcast, and his assistant, a young producer, didn't know him. Would knowing him be a requirement to work with you? Work with me closely, yes. I assume that most people don't know who Norman Fell is. It's a good... I always hate saying dog whistle because dog whistle sounds like it's just for racism. but it's a dog whistle for life. If I say Norman Felling, you're like, I get it. And then I'm like, okay, I know where you're coming from. It's like a Freemasons thing. Erin has also been a member for 27 months and said, don't forget to like the video. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that what a napkin she is? John said, beautiful comedy work on Hey EW. Try and get an interview with Caleb from Barstool Sports. It would be epic. I'm good. Neil said, happy cultiversary. Aaron SM said, I never doubted your bangle wearing abilities. Shallow Insane said, F'd in the A. Mass Sanity said, Iron Mike Shop was Canada's greatest athlete, and in many ways still is. Almighty said, neat. I'm drinking high anxiety as well. I think I should come out with cookies or something so people could dunk. Or hard day old Italian bread, because I love dunking it in the coffee. Leo said, who is a wrestler who thinks they are better looking than they actually are? That's a fantastic. So you're asking like who is like a hideous wrestler? Is that, or you just, they don't have to necessarily, you just be like, it looks good. It doesn't look that good. Maybe Hercules. I mean, Paul Roma is gorgeous, and then Hercules is not as gorgeous, especially standing next to Paul Roma. Deus said, did it hurt when she threw the bangle at you? It looked like a missile. It was a missile, and it came from the side, and she really did whip it. And one fell on the floor. There's a couple bangles, and one landed in my lap. I was in pain. SM said, Vickie Guerrero gives good hugs. Well, I wouldn't know, because she didn't hug me. Zubin said, you're AEW's Uncle Arthur. That's how I pitched it to Tone. And he went, sign me up. Joe said, yes, it was a Lawrence Welk cameo. My Lawrence Welk is Joe's father's grandmother's cousin. Good enough for me. That passes the Welk test. Leo said, I was talking about the Jash guy with the square head. Not sure which one he is. Well, I don't know either. Joe said she was very excited about it. We are a vain group that loves to hear about ourselves. Well, you didn't hear about yourself. You heard about distant relative Welk, Uncle Laura, Uncle Larry. The Happy Human Adventure said, just finished the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game and thought Joel McHale as Rat King. Let's recast 80s cartoons into a movie. Obviously, Bill Pullman as Casey Jones. Moxley as Raphael? I don't know. I always thought, Pat Morita was very much in that Splinter vein, but that's like such an archetypal character. So maybe it should be a little different. Maybe George Burns as Splinter. That I would be interested in seeing. And Shredder, well, James Avery was the voice in the cartoon, but who's I mean, do you go James Earl Jones again? It feels not so nice. I think it should be maybe like a David Bowie or a Billy Joel spreading his wings. Christine said, Nail said, so send birthday cards and gifts now. Christine said, I'm sending birthday gifts this week. SM said, the gift has been sent. It's up to the United States Postal Service now, so who knows, right? That mail is slow. Pam said, RJ, will you be heading to the Ring of Honor pay-per-view this month? As it stands right now, no. If they need me there to do something, I could certainly come. But I wouldn't be holding my breath to see me as of today. Khaled said, you are my favorite YouTuber. That's a slap in the face. Your videos are amazing. Thank you very much for entertaining me. You always entertain me when I'm sad or angry or happy. The gamut of emotions. You and Jessamine Duke and Mia Yim and Shayna. Well, you lost me at the end there. Neil said, I think we should all request a Road to Hey W Ring of Honor special. I want to get in the car with Samoa Joe and Tully. Nail said, I just read that. SM said a little Travolta came out there. SM said, I want a Road to Fighter Fest too. Everyone wants the road. People like the road. Mia said, would you ever consider coloring your hair? If so, what color? At one time in high school, and this was a dark period, I had a red under dye. So it would be like this part was just like a little red. And it was fucking stupid, and I'm sorry. So otherwise, I'm good because I like the black. I like the color. If I go any lighter, I feel like I'll fuck with my eyebrows and shit. And I also like the gray. I am getting two colors without having to do that much work. Rob said, this went from funny to kind of depressed, but then went Travolta-y, so back to funny. Well, thank you. It's a gamut. Daya said, what a moving performance. I was moved to tears, such a range of emotion. Where's RJ's Oscar? Austin said, what did Austin say? Where did he go? Oh, we're talking about Norman Fell. Austin said, good news, RJ. I finally finished the drawing of you that I told you about, and I'll send it to you on Instagram sometime today. Well, I'm excited to see it, and I will share it. Then everyone can like it and say, that's nice. Nell said, don't cut your legs, people. This is purely for entertainment. But yeah, it was a disclaimer. I took artistic liberties. Happy Human Adventure said, the 3 J's of folk, James Taylor, John Denver, and Jim Croce. Do you think that Vickie enjoys any of them? What's not to like about Taylor? I know. Vickie Guerrero just not being a fan of James Taylor is so like, not that, I mean, who isn't? I think she would like John Denver, though. Part 2. We'll get that in part 2. Spot Center said, after 2 years of being illegal, wrestling fans in Japan are allowed to cheer again, but with their masks on. When have you ever been cheered for and the loudest time? When have I ever been cheered for? I don't really. So, well, usually when I make a surprise appearance, when I'm not announced, I get a good reaction. When people are expecting me, not so much. When you're expecting not me and then you get me, people seem to be, they seem to enjoy it. Otherwise, it's uncomfortable. Leo said Freemasons are Bellins. I don't know what that means. SM would buy cookies. Zubin said Norman Fell or Paul Lind. I'd have to go with Paul. Sorry, no, there's nothing against Norman. There's so much there. Everyone would buy the cookies. Almighty said, my Italian wife is mortified at the thought of dipping Italian bread into coffee. Okay, let me speak to your wife for a minute. It's got to be black coffee. It's got to be very good coffee, number one. Number two, it's got to be hard, old Italian bread that you can't really do anything else with because it's so hard that it'll hold up with the dunking and it will also absorb. You know those little like biscuity cookies that you dunk? It's almost like that, but so much better. If it's hard and crusty, it's all yours. Mass Sanity said Norman Fell is underappreciated. Him breaking the fourth wall with his looks at the camera during Three's Company was hysterical. I agree. So Sierra has a citrus tribute, and I thank you. Do you know if he'll be at All Out? I don't even know where All Out is. I assume I would be there. Those big. I was at Double or Nothing. It was at Revolution. Logically, if the trend were to continue, I will be there. I would hope. I'm not the one to ask, unfortunately. Miss Sandy said George Burns as God as Splinter. Well, Splinter always had that kind of Morgan Freeman quality, so I can see it. So Propa said, what's your favorite cartoon as a kid? I love to sing about the moon and the June and the springer. I love to sing about a sky of blue or a T42, anything with the swinger too. And I love you. I love it too. I love it to sing. Leo said, that's right. You look like Matt Menard with the baby face filter. Oh, okay. Oh my God. You're talking about it on the Family Feud video. Look, I get it now. Speaking of Positively Ease, thank you for mentioning that. And I sent him a happy birthday in a video of Cesar Romero. It was Kevin Nash's birthday. It was yesterday. And the happiest of birthdays to him. Nail said, attractiveness is subjective. Well, yes. I mean, subjects have to be attracted to other subjects. It can't be universally. That's why, like, don't you want a vacation in Greece? I'm like, meh. Like, I get it, but I'm not attracted to it where I have to go there. I don't need to see these beaches and shit. Like, it's not I respect it. It's not hideous, but I'm just like, meh. Who just said, put the strap on RJ? I put the pure strap on RJ. If there's anything I do well, it's purely strapping on. Adam said, love the red lowlights. It was me from a long time ago. SM said, I did the same thing to my hair, but in my 20s, much worse. Absolutely. Queen of the Ring is here and said, good morning, and used the B. Arthur emoji appropriately. Are you churching today? By the way, speaking of Queen of the Ring, I don't know if you all heard the news. Everyone's favorite former child star, Mason Reese, has broken up with his young girlfriend because she couldn't hang with his sex drive, and he said she wasn't the best he's ever had. But there's a video of them arguing, and then they break up. He said he's so older now that when he was younger, he was better, so the partners were probably better. That makes sense. That's not a shot at her. She can't comprehend the sophistication of one Mason Reese. So Well said, piggybacking off the latest Hey W, what's your favorite kind of cougar? I like the zoo cougar. I like that Jack Hanna, docile, drugged up enough we can bring them out on a talk show cougar. That's the most harmless to me. Mikey Gee said, we all make mistakes with our hair. In our youth, I had a mushroom haircut that I was sure was cool at the time. Isn't that amazing how we fooled a generation? There was this bowl cut. We all like bowls. We'll all like them on our heads. And everyone went, okay, for a number of years. Steven said, RJ choosing to grow gray around the temples is so stunning and brave. I had a wrestler come up once and thank me for not dyeing my hair because she was like, I can't. It's just like, I can't. I keep doing it and I hate doing it. And then I saw you. She's like, because that black you have to dye it is like not a real color. You know what I mean? Sean has been a member for 25 months and said, hip, hip, and hooray to you and bully for you. Bully Ray for you. Efren said, I'm cheering for you from my car with 2 masks on, just like every other hour of my life. Thank you, Efren. Neil said, I would cheer you on your entrance at least. Efren likes those biscotti cookies. Susie has been a member for 8 months. Good morning, RJ, and good morning to you, Susie, and thank you. Mass Sanity said, are you looking forward to the Paul Lynde bio movie starring Billy Eichner? Maybe, maybe not. There's a lot of darkness there, which I wonder how they will explore it. I know the real story. Adam said, yes. Why was that the best cartoon to always have on? It's a great song because you love to sing it. That's it. What's your favorite city? I love Nantucket. Is Nantucket a city? I think so. Brandon said Mrs. Roper as April O'Neil. Rob said they missed a trick not having you doing Road to Forbidden Door. There was a lot of red tape, Forbidden Door. There's multiple companies who have to sign off on my shit. It's hard enough to get one company to sign off on my shit. I get it. The absolute banter we could have had between you and some of the New Japan talent. I mean, I would love Minoru Suzuki on the show at some point. Takeshita. There's plenty of people. Okada, Tanahashi. How long would these people tolerate me? Kenny said, there's a B. Arthur emoji. You have to become a channel member, and then you will see it. Now everything gets unlocked. Queen said, we are doing the church thing today. It's at 12 p.m. on the church Twitch channel. Mason Reese is a wild animal. The amount of cringe in that video should be studied, and I've studied it. And my conclusion is she's way out of her league. Nail said, wait, what does that story have to do with Queen? Because, now that Mason is single, Queen's been setting some traps. She's looking to get a piece of Reese, if you know what I'm talking about. Spot Center said, Vance L. Vulture. I think that's my favorite. It's my new favorite name. A name just laying on the table. I'll take it. Nobody else is using it. I'll wrestle under a mask as Vance L. Vulture. Diadea said, RJ, the gray hair trendsetter. We love to see it. I would say Nash was the gray hair trendsetter. Kurt Angle for a while had some gray stubble coming in. It was hip and hot. This guy named Alex said, you're the man from Nantucket. It makes a lot of sense. SM said, Mambo number 5, but make it dark. Let me see if I can look up the horrible lyrics. Okay, let's do a dark dramatic reading. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the car. So come on, let's ride. To the liquor store around the corner, the boys say they want some gin and juice. But I really don't want to. Beer burst like I had last week. I must stay deep. Because talk is cheap. I like Angela. I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, Rita. And as I continue, they're getting sweeter. So what can I do? I really beg you, my lord. To me, flirting is just like a sport. Anything fly, it's all good. Let me dump it. Please send in the trumpet. A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Erica by my side. A little bit of Rita is all I need. A little bit of Tina is what I see. A little bit of Sandra in the sun. A little bit of Mary all night long. A little bit of Jessica, here I am. A little bit of you makes me your man. Whew. I am sweating. That was deep. That was hot. That was happening. Dear Lord. Holy shit. Yes, I laughed. I brought Angela broke me. Thank you, SM. Saying I like Angela finally did me in. Spot Center has an important question. Speaking of darkness, what's with bleaching the anus? Who's that for? Yearbook photos coming up? If people want to take pictures of their asshole, you let them, because you can't see it on your own. You got to take pictures of it if you want to see your own asshole. And some people do. You want to know what's back there. Dogs can't do it. Cats can't do it. Humans can take pictures of it. I think it's dangerous because it's such a sensitive area. And, realistically speaking, it shouldn't be a pure bleached color. It's where the shit comes out. So shouldn't it be, it would be weird if it wasn't. But let each man and woman enjoy his or her own asshole is what I say. Queen said, no, RJ, I don't want masonry. Someone is playing hard to get. Because if you say his name on Twitter, he will find it. And he will be very interested. Pam said, RJ, I just saw yesterday the documentary of Rita Moreno. I was wowed. What's your favorite movie of hers? My favorite is not of film. It's of TV. She was in the original backdoor pilot of Empty Nest. It was her and Paul Dooley, and they were the neighbors to the Golden Girls before they retooled the pilot and spun it off completely differently. That is a wonderful what if. Leo said, just looked up Mason Reese. Scary as fuck. That's, he's got gravitas, I think is what you're trying to say. Luke said, what a time to join. Kurt said, RJ, you son of a gun. I just finished a tough workout, and now I get to listen to you. What a Sunday. What a Sunday indeed. Christine said, yes. Lou Bega broke RJ. Kurt said, I like Angela. Said like a mobster. Leo said, would you collaborate with the libertarian pizza guy from Barstool Sports? I would at least ask what I'm getting paid before I decline. Luke said, this might be the best one since the Kofi Kingston theme. SM, you are a genius. Kurt said, is the best one ever. Austin said, I feel like low jazz music should be playing in the background. Amanda said, I hope everyone has a beautiful week. It's beautiful in Cleveland, and I'm going on an electric scooter ride. Why don't you come with me, little girl, on an electric scooter ride? Put your helmet on. Joelle said, I felt that in whatever part remains in my soul. I have to press this for posterity's sake. But then I want to try this other shit coffee here. Leo said, I hate Mama number 5, so it should be illegal to play in nightclubs. Not anymore. It's now considered vintage, I'm sure. Zubin said, Angela like Judith Light. It all ties together. I like Angela. Amanda said, just another request for retired merch before I go. All right, I'm thinking about it. If there's a particular request, I might do a vintage flash sale. That might be a better idea. Let me thank you, Amanda. I'll think about it. Positively E said it gets bruised. I don't have a problem with bleaching it. Oh, okay. You're bruising your ass. Hey, what you do is what you do. SM said this asshole talk lasted a lot longer than I expected. I was opining on the assholes. Christine said it's where the shit comes out. Might be the sign this week. It's very straightforward. Enjoy your own asshole. One for the board. A lot of quotes here. And also that I like Angela. RJ's political slogan, that thing about buttholes. And it is a good allegory to just mind your own fucking shit. Like keeping your own asshole and stay out of other people's assholes. There's so much, I'm getting so political. The political irritation, things that people don't like and is just setting the world back, comes from a group of people who pride themselves on not keeping to just their own shit. It's always people who have to get into the shit of other people's shit. It's not your shit. Leave it alone. Your shit is a mess. Focus on that. Leo said, what's something people do at the gym that is annoying? A woman set up a fucking tripod in the gym early this morning a few days ago. Pissed me off. That's a little dangerous. And there's other ones. There's clip-on ones. There's smaller ones. That wouldn't be an obstruction. I hate the chatters. I really do. I don't. When they have a little group and you have to get by, just go get a coffee. Don't make it like you're working out and then talk. Just get a coffee. Paul Dooley was great as Wimpy. That's a cut, Mass Sanity. Well done. Luke said, enjoying my own asshole feels like the definition of me watching AEW. Amanda said, yes, I love you. Fingers crossed. Have a great week, friends. Spot Center said, remember when Fonzie called Joni Shortcake? Hey, Shortcake. SM requests the Broad City shirt. SM said, I bet RJ has an ex named Angela, and that's why he cracked. Yes, I date only Angelas. Al cut a promo as Mr. Dink trying to avoid a late fee at Blockbuster Video. Okay, Mr. Dink from Doug. I did an unboxing yesterday of Nickelodeon cards, and Mr. Dink was one of them. So this is Mr. Dink at Blockbuster trying to return a video. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to return this purchase. Well, it's not a purchase per se. It's more. Does this sound like him at all? It's not a purchase per se. It's a rental. I took it out and I'm bringing it back, and this is my duty. I said, does he have that or a citizen? That's Daffy Duck. A citizen. A citizen. I think that's better. I have this video here is, of course, Man on the Moon, the wonderful Andy Kaufman biography picture with Bob Zamuda, although he's not in it per se. He's played by Paul Giamatti. What? I can just keep it? No, surely you must. Please take it. Well, yes, but even if you do go out of business, I'm sure someone in this establishment will have use for Man on the Moon. I rewound it past where you should even rewind it. So there's a good 5 minutes of just black silence before the FBI warning screen comes on. And I've taken the liberty of digitally remastering it. And I think you will enjoy this rendition. So here are 2 copies. Please enjoy. What? So this is going to become what? A restaurant or? Okay. Well, I still want you to have it. And scene. That was me struggling as Mr. Dink. An impression I didn't know I have because I still don't have it. Steve said, hello, Governor. Hello to you. Kurt said, very expensive. Spot Center said, I've mastered the art of making black bean burgers and may never buy frozen veggie burgers again. Rejoice for 5 minutes, please. Start the clock. SM said, I'd love you to someday be successful in applying a temporary tattoo. Somebody should just send me a whole pack of temporary tattoos and I'll just put them all on. Today I said, are there any rogue Blockbusters still around somewhere? No, but there are still like privately owned video rental stores for sure. Aaron said, I have regrets of not getting the Head Kitchen Charge shirt. That's a good one. A lot of people, like a lot of non-wrestling people got that. It got into other circles. Nail said, I think there's one Blockbuster. Luke said, I worked there for 5 years and this is already the most polite customer I would have dealt with. I dated a girl who worked at Blockbuster. And that is my favorite. You know, sometimes when you date people, you kind of absorb their perks and it's fun. And the best perk ever was 10 free rentals a week. Do you understand what that means? And you got them, some of them, before they even were available to rent by the public. Games and movies and TV shows. We oh my God. I felt like I worked for the Criterion Collection. Austin said, your impressions are always awesome. Sure. Oh, so what is the shit coffee, said SM. Did he say? Well, let me get it here. I was at, hold on. I went to a performance yesterday, a local theater performance, because I like to support the arts. And they were offering refreshments for sale. And it just said black coffee. And I think it was like $3.50. Now, this is at night. Is a coffee. I figured, but I needed something, no calories, right? And I wanted something for my mouth to do. Did I need the coffee? No. Was my mouth bored? Yes. Did I think it would help me get through the performance? Absolutely. So I said, okay, 1 iced coffee, literally listed as iced coffee, please. Oh, I don't know if we have it. She had to check them. Oh, they're in the back. Okay, great. I thought it was going to be a cup of ice and then you put coffee into it because it's a local. We're at a church here. So then I'm handed this. Okay, and I went, oh, I've never. And the first thing I do is look at the calories because I thought, oh no, we're in trouble. There's 100 calories here. It's 14 grams of sugar. You want to know why? Because it's not a black coffee. This is a iced vanilla draft latte. You don't. That's a different drink. That's, to me, you might as well just hand me a can of ginger ale. That's how far removed it is from actual coffee. It's a latte. It's not an iced coffee. It's not even iced, first of all, because there's no ice in it. It's refrigerated, number one. Number two, a latte is not a coffee, or else it would be called a fucking coffee. You understand what I'm saying? Latte is another drink with other liquids in it. Iced coffee means black coffee and ice. Latte is like dealer's choice. So, needless to say, I had it in my coat pocket all last night. It's Sunday. It's a higher calorie day. I can handle it. It's the show. I thought it'd be an opportune time to drink it and experience what the iced latte could be. It tastes like a chocolate milkshake. This has nothing to do with coffee. That guy who's related to Lawrence Welk, he's a closer relative to Lawrence Welk than this is to coffee. It just tastes like joy. It tastes like a Yoo-hoo. I feel like I'm 8 years old again. My grandmother loved Yoo-hoos. I first encountered, said Typo. Oh, yes, Typo said, I first encountered this live segment as a Twitter space. And I thought the title was just a cruel joke, but no. Here are some French press coffee and underwear. I can't believe I've been missing out. Typo, where have you been? Did you just stumble on it? Were you just scrolling spaces? How did you find this? Rob said the last Blockbuster is perhaps in Portland, which is such a fucking hipster thing to do. Ricky Lynn said, oh yeah, Zoel said there's one Blockbuster left in Oregon. Supposedly the Dinks were so named because it's an acronym for dual income, no kids. Amazing. And that's why they were so happy. Spy Center said, can you do a Mr. French? Pick one, Jody or Buffy. I have no idea who the fuck that is. I can do Lamar Bone because he was a Don Knotts. This is Principal Bone. Miss Andy said Tony Clifton would be a good shredder. Eating pizza with the kid. It would have been horrible. I got to see it as soon as possible. Thank you for letting me know. I don't know what you're talking about. Zoel said, according to Google Bend, Oregon is the last location of the last Blockbuster. Rob said, was the Blockbuster girlfriend called Angela, perchance? No. Her name was Laura, who I don't believe is mentioned anywhere in Mambo number 5. Nell said, nobody has time for 10 free rentals a week. I know, we were swimming in them. Queen said 10 free rentals a week is a freaking steal. If you were an avid Blockbuster person, you're saving like $100 a month. And then, I mean, it's more rentals, more than one per day. Do you understand that? And this was in the time of the Wii. This is when the Wii was out. So it was a brand new system. And then you get all these games that you basically just try and then dump. It was the best. Kurt said, Mr. Dink sounds like Richard Kind with a lisp. That's how I would describe him. So I think it is a fair impression. Dea said, I would date a paper bag for 10 free rentals a week. I mean, she's nicer than a paper bag, don't get me wrong, but 10 free rentals a week. Leo has a 60-second scene request of a guy in a nightclub trying to impress women with his dancing, but his dancing is terrible and his expression is stern and serious. All right, guy in a club trying to impress the ladies with his dancing, but he's very serious about it. And scene. That was useless for the people in spaces, but I was dancing primarily with my shoulders. That was the real gist of what I just did there. That's why everyone's saying what that mouth do, because I said my mouth was bored. Whatever. Rob said La Colombe is great. There's not coffee. They have the audacity to put coffee on here. It's a latte. Luke said, I still have a Blu-ray collection with the rental sleeves buried inside the cover of half of them. It's a relic. You'll cherish it. You'll smell them and you'll go, oh my God, this is fantastic. SM said you should have thrown the can at them. Now, I've lost my place now. It's all that dancing. Susie said, enjoy the drink. Pixel said, making some pour over now. Spot Center said, Lawrence Welk, when was the last time you were around Bubbles? Maybe last summer. I think I had Bubbles for some and I was blowing them and I thought, wow, this is fun. We should bring these back. SM said, is it at least a good chocolate milkshake? I'm drinking it because I already opened it. Austin said, everybody loves a good carbonated milkshake. Pam said, I thought the last Blockbuster was in Alaska. Well, who knows? Nobody really goes there. SM said, 10 free rentals a week was RJ's Netflix and chill. No, that was my... No, when you're getting 10 free rentals a week, you got work to do. You got shit to get through. We don't have time for copulation. We've got movies to watch. We have to watch You, Me, and Dupree. Neil said, have we had this request before? I'm sure we did. And I'm sure it's also from Leo. The guy's got a fetish. I don't know what to say. Yeah, see, he said, yeah, but it's a good one. The guy's got a dance fetish. Kurt said, John Oliver did a couple of funny segments on the last Blockbuster. It's in Oregon. We've confirmed this. Robert said, I've never had... or tried for a cameo, but if so, do you take cameo requests? Robert, yes, cameos are requests. So you just go on the web, cameo.com/RJCity, and then you can put in what you want. It's all by request. I'm not freewheeling cameos, believe me. Daya said, I was saying thank you for letting me know the people who said we're the last Blockbuster. Oh, I see. Queen said, great way to use the prop can. I'm an actor at heart. You know, I really want to immerse people in the environment of the scene. And I wanted you to forget where you were. And you thought, oh my God, am I at a club? Is this guy dancing with me? Is he dancing for me? And what will Mason Reese think about this? Christine said, so much shoulder work. That's all I got. Pixel said that those are all my dance moves. Spot Center said, I hope we're all doing that shoulder thing. It's very classy. Dang old Boomhauer said, imagine tuning in just now or have RJ sternly dancing at you. There's been worse. SM said that's the official cult dance. Let's add Mambo number 5 to it. Nail said, this is so weird with no music. We need to clip it. Yeah, okay. Well, no, I had music inside of me. Matt said, Colin Farrell as Penguin in the Batman looked like Richard Kind. Somebody get Richard Kind to do some more serious work. He was good in... Wasn't he in Life during wartime? Gee, that's a miserable movie that I love so much. Jodie Foster is about to knock on your door. I don't know what that means. Luke said the FTR theme. That would be great. I listen to it when I work out now. It is great. Spicer said Bubbles didn't go anywhere. You just left Bubbles. I did move on from Bubbles. I really did. And I'm going back. Leo said, and an old people fetish, as you said. Leo is a gentrophile. Robert said, would you do cameos? If you do already, I didn't know. I'm relatively new to your content. Robert, go to cameo.com/RJCITY. You will see the cameos. You'll get a good gist of what they look like and how you can order one and what you can get me to say, which is a surprising amount. Leo said, you got the music in you. Don't give up. But you certainly can't give up now. Mikey said, what is the music inside of you? Maybe I don't want to disclose it. Maybe it's ram bum 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 beat ba ram ba ram bum 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 beat ba da da da. Leo said, would you date an elderly actress, RJ? Let me tell you something. I was in, when you're in a relationship and they do that fun celebrity hall pass thing. Like, if you had to, I did it with FTR, where it's like, maybe we should let your wife sleep with Dax Shepard. It's these fantasy things. I was not allowed one because the odds were I would actually run into the older actress and hit it off with them and then sleep with them. So it was less of a fantasy, more of a plausibility at that time. Which one would date me? That's my question, Leo. That's the real question. Robert said, pardon my vocabulary. Thank you for asking. Of course, you have a fine vocabulary. You have an excellent vernacular. Didea said, what's your opinion on pineapples on pizza? As with anything on pizza, the more toppings you have on it, the less confidence you have in it being a good pizza. A good pizza has such wonderful ingredients that you just need the bare minimum. Like back to the Bret Hart hockey playing technician mastering the basics. If you master the basics, you don't need anything else. The pineapple on pizza is like, might as well fucking have sparklers and shoot off fireworks and shit and sing and do a dance while you bring me the pizza because you have no faith that it's good. Mikey Gee said, Archie's cameos are excellent value. Sandy said, I was gifted the Gilbert Gottfried cameo for my birthday 2 years ago. I was gifted one last year, and I cherish it so much. I still have it. And I am happy that I have it now. I felt weird getting it. I so desperately wanted to be on this show. And I thought, well, I know Mario. Maybe I can work my way in. And I'm so happy I have it now. Zoel said, if the music inside RJ isn't no one shimmies like Gaston, this episode is for nothing. See, those syllables don't quite work with the lyrics. Luke said, would you legally be allowed to do the Maurice theme spoken word? I would pay and also accept the English translated lyrics. I think it's improper. Business-wise, I think it's unethical. Spot Center said, would you do next week's program with a foul-mouthed hand puppet? So I just go like this. You know, there was a whole thing when I did Splat-A-Lot where there was a thing and it was a union thing. And it was like every time I showed my face, they had to pay me a certain thing. And they didn't want to let me do it because they didn't want to pay me. So we came up with the idea of a Gaston puppet that I would control. But then they were also too cheap to do that. But it was a nice dream. Didea said, I agree, Austin. Olives are Satan's marbles. Miss Andy said, Paul Lynn, Charles Nelson Riley, Rip Torn, and Richard Deacon as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Miss Andy, there's a wonderful SCTV sketch, 12 Angry Men. It's just a trailer for the movie, but it's all actors with weird voices, and it's great. Leo said, I know a guy who's crazy who claimed to have sex with Joan Fontaine when she was in her 80s and he in his 20s. Pretty sure he's lying. But have you seen Julie Newmar? She would do it. She was in business. He was even interviewed on TV about his obsession. If you could provide the link, I'd be interested in watching this. Christine, so sweet, has gifted memberships to Mass Sanity, Janet, Arias, Lawrence Cartier, the French, and Michelle Million. That is so sweet of you again, Christine. Welcome, new members. Now you can use all those emojis, those B. Arthur emojis, the baby face emojis. It's a David one. There's a Vince Fontaine one, I think. Of course, hot Andre the Giant. Mass Sanity said, you would have been an excellent guest on Gilbert's podcast. I never missed an episode. I often fantasized about it. Nail said, oh, Christine, I still don't know how to do that. I think it's still, the gifting of the memberships, I think is still in beta testing. So you have to maybe it's not unlocked for everybody. Kyle said, Gabbo, Gabbo, Gabbo. And that's my new catchphrase that I'm working on. Megan Rickman Blackwood said, what advice would you give to someone starting a new adventure challenge? I'm literally driving to a new state to my new apartment to start my PhD program. Give me some inspiration to calm the nerves. I think, and it's so hard when you're nervous about something, to calm down is to, pull something. It almost makes it worse. It's like, when you're stressed and somebody says calm down, it's like the worst thing you fucking say to a stressed person. I think you need to reframe what you are feeling. You don't have to control what you are feeling. It's very hard to do. You have to reframe the values you give to what you're feeling. You're nervous. You're excited. You're anxious. These are good feelings because you are headed towards change. No change comes with complete comfort ever. What this is, and if you're, learning new things and you're going to be making mistakes, you'll get locked out of your apartment. You'll, have papers that don't get graded well. You'll have teachers you don't like. All of this discomfort forces your brain to change. That's good. Nothing happens, comfortably. And the same way everybody forgets that the brain is just another fucking muscle. It's special and whatever, but it's another muscle. So you have to treat it like a muscle. If you want your brain to grow, if you want your brain to become more capable, you have to stress it like you would stress your biceps. You stress them a little in a controlled environment, but you still stress them, and then you rest them, and then they grow and they can handle more. Your body is built to adapt to things. As such, your brain is built to adapt to things. So enjoy feeling like that. You've put yourself in a good position, and that's why you feel like that. If you didn't feel like that, something would be very, very wrong. So you're on the right track, and enjoy yourself. See, I can give good fucking advice. Jesus. Spot Center said, and where is David again? He probably doesn't even know. Jana said, thank you for pronouncing my last name correctly. Arias. Now I've forgotten how I said it. Shavarsh said, good morning from El Paso, Texas. Everybody, a lot of people from El Paso here. Christine said it's a beta thing. It's not an alpha thing. It's a beta thing. Shavarsh. Try to pronounce my name. He said, Shavarsh. I got it. Spot Center said, I had a beta fish. SM said, how many people from El Paso are here? It's very bizarre. Miss Andy said, have you read the Cliff Nesteroff book, The Comedians? I have. I loved it. I got it when it first came out. I've listened to so many podcasts he's been on. And his podcast, he had a podcast for a little while. I don't know if he still has it. And the CNN series was very good too. I haven't. There's another one. I think it's called Hold My Reservation or something. Cancel My Reservation. I can't remember the name of it. About indigenous comedians, the whole thing. I have not gotten into it yet, but I will. I enjoy him very much. And he's great to follow on Twitter. Guy's fantastic. Susie said, which country would you like to visit one day? I need to go to England. I really, really do. Leo said, Gracie Joan Fontaine Man video has been sent to you on Instagram. Thank you so much. Brandon said, will we ever see more from Babyface? I think so. Spot Center said you can bait a hook, but you can't bait a fish. That's fucking hilarious. Joel said that pep talk has me ready to run through a wall. Let's go. Pixel said change is uncomfortable. It will always feel uncomfortable. Change is progress. SM said, speaking of change, fuck the guy who backed out of the position we offered him at my work. This will create more work for me, and you will grow, and you will handle it. But you can still say fuck that guy. Spot Center said, ever stress your pants until they embarrassingly ripped? A handful of times. Less than 10, probably 5. Po Girl said, in and out today. Good show, what I saw. Oh, thank you, Po Girl. Christine said, that was lovely advice. You are the best-ish. That's how I prefer it. Susie said, wow, that was a very good motivational speech. Shavarsh said, I said it correctly. Leo said, come to England and hang out with me. Just me and Leo. Just skipping stones. Typo said, weekly RJ therapy. Megan Rickman Blackwood said, thank you. Gonna clip that and replay it every time I freak out. You're one of those inspirational speaker gurus. If you already have the cult halfway there, I just need to get into NFTs and shit. Luke said, I was really hoping England would be the answer. Well, it is. Congrats. Kyle said, what do you think about liking the creative process but hating the result of what you create? That's part of the process. And luckily, we're not dead, so we can just keep making more shit. I like maybe at best a quarter of the stuff I put out. I'll earnestly like it, but it's a long game. You put out stuff, and especially now with YouTube videos, if you don't like this one, if you don't like this Hey W, there's going to be another one that's totally different next week. Not that I don't like this Hey W. Please watch it, dear God. Watch, like, and share it, and send it to people. But that's the point. It's a process. If you don't like what you just ate, wait a couple hours. You're going to have another meal. So it's a long game thing. Shavar said, when are you going to wrestle again? When are people going to pay me a decent amount of money? Mia said, have a great week, everyone. I'm on my way to Orlando to see New Kids on the Block, Salt and Pepper. I would just see them. I don't want to see the other one. I don't want to see Rick Astley on Vogue. No, I'm not interested. Stress said, I'm just curious. I can't get my coffee to stay in the underwear. Just goes all over the counter. What's your secret? Wool. They should be wool underwear. It's a lot more absorbent. Luke said, I'm going to third wheel the hell out of you guys. Rob said, anyone else feel like his double caffeine sources just kicked in to make him read at double speed? That's remember the guy who talked very fast and they had him on commercials? Do you remember that guy? He was a bald guy with a mustache. They did a news story on him too. Oh, Jesus. SM said, are you going to call next week's episode a birthday special even though it'll be a day early? I haven't thought that far yet. Kurt said, if you're going to England, stop over in Ireland. I'll chauffeur you. I'm going to need to be driven around. Christine said, Mia, that sounds amazing. Also, like you're going to Orlando in a time machine. Kyle said, you're actually really good at giving advice. Thanks, bro. Oh, look at what a good note. Christine said, the Micro Machines guy. SM said, I'm sure the members from El Paso can get the money together to book you there. Yes, I want to wrestle in Texas as a babyface. The bald guy with the mustache, Dax, he's a slow talker. All right. Nate said, hey, W is phenomenal. How happy when FTR did the come on, let me hear you in the match. I think they should keep doing it. Let's get a final look at these huckleberries. A nice, what is it? Cerulean. Jesus, I forgot. Take a nice look. In the meantime, hey, W, watch, share, enjoy, buy my coffee, buy my merch, the cameos, the whole fucking thing. And yeah, Godspeed and God bless.